Hey everyone, good morning. Thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Monica Brady. I am the Director of Customer Experience, Head of Training here at Photofy. And this week I am so excited to announce, to actually welcome Carrie McDonald to the webinar. We're going to do things a little differently. Usually we're just kind of doing some features and showing you guys how to create something. Carrie's going to dive in a little more. She is a Norwex consultant, has been for 4 years as of this May. So woo, congratulations on that. So we're going to talk a little bit more about how she uses Photofy to market her business as a Norwex consultant and a few other things. She's got some really cool tips and tricks out there that she wants to go ahead and tell you guys about. If you have any questions, please use the Q&A button so that I can see them and I'll know to ask her. And in fact, you can see those as well. So way cool. Let me go ahead and stop this screen share here so that we can just have you and I on the screen. There we go. Yay. All right. So, Carrie, you've been doing a Norwex consultant for over 4 years. What is probably what's your favorite thing about using Photofy? Like, what do you love the most about it?
It is a really fun creative outlet for me. I wanted to get into graphic design in my early 20s, but I hadn't majored in that in college. And so it's a pretty competitive industry. And I worked in advertising. So I got to make the coffee for the graphic designers who got to design the flyers and the brochures. And it was like, oh, but I have an idea. Let's put it, they didn't want to hear it. So this is a way for me, not only to market my business, but to just get that, that little creative juice out. I'm a busy mom of 3 little boys, and I'm also a musician, and I speak a foreign language, and there's all these like weird things in my brain, the artsy side, but I don't get to do much for myself or with my own talents or skills. And so this is something that's super easy. It's on my phone, and I get to just, pop up a graphic. And then not only did I get that creative outlet going, I marketed a product that I sell and hopefully made some money with it.
There you go.
Or at least made people laugh in the process.
Right. Okay. So what's like one of the things you wish you had known when you began your journey with Norwex? Like just being a consultant in general.
Don't buy so much inventory. It's an obsession, just like Photofy is an obsession. Norwex products are an obsession. And so my mom is she's actually a sales director for a makeup company. And so she has just like bookshelves and bookshelves of makeup. And so I think when I started Norwex, I envisioned that I would have the same kind of business that she has. And that's just not really how it works in a party business. Right. So yeah, I have lots of fun stuff that anybody could just buy today if they wanted.
Okay, you hear that? Everyone rate her closet.
There's going to be a lot of consultants on this that probably have.
Oh yeah, everyone's saying truth. So true.
A new color of a kitchen cloth I already have 17 of? Yeah, I need 7.
Why not? You got to match with the seasons, right? I mean, why not?
And I'm glad, Monica, and I'm glad you and I both love to laugh. This is one of the things that I think spurs my creative outlet needing to get out is the jokes. My husband and I pretty much diffuse 99% of situations with humor. We're the funny family. That's what they called us at the hospital. The doctor's cutting me open to get the baby out and he's making them laugh. And it's like, so we love to laugh. And so when I have a joke, that's when I sometimes get that turned into a graphic.
And Photofy is always there for you because it's right in the palm of your hand. So yeah, when those jokes pop up, you're like, hold on. So what you've told us before, you actually sent us a really cool audio file about how much you love Photofy. What is it that you love the most? Jokes.
Well, first of all, my mind tends to stray. So I guess it was explained at conference what, hey, we have this new partnership with a company called Photofy. And I was sitting right there, but I just kind of, I don't know, I didn't catch it when they announced it. And so we were out in the hallway and I was like, so wait, what is this? It's something with photos and it's for our business. And then I went over the table and it was Matt and
Wendy.
Matt and Wendy. It's always honoring to me when someone is kind and goes the extra mile when they don't have to. And so I probably asked them 12 questions right then and there, because I was like, oh, what is this? And they were probably all questions that were already answered in the session. And they were just patient and kind. And, oh yeah, this is what it is. And Matt's like, here's my email if you ever have a problem. Oh, I probably had a problem within the week because I downloaded it and started using it. I'm like, wait, how does this? And I mean, it was something dumb that was probably explained. So they're just, the customer support from day one when I started using this has been consistently prompt, courteous, and helpful. Just every single interaction I've had with anyone at Photofy. And I've always said, you can hire people to do a job. You can't hire them to be nice. That's just something that you can't really make people. So Photofy apparently, am I saying it right? This is how I've always said it. Photofy. It's a fun word. So apparently they focus on hiring the right energy, the right people to do the job, which is helping us do our business better. And so I've loved that. And then, wanting to do graphic design and actually learning how to do it is two different things. So I find the learning curve to be pretty simple with Photofy for what it can do. Like the capabilities are so big, but it's not, there's another graphics app that I sometimes use, and it's extremely complicated to just save a photo. Like I just want to edit the photo. It's just one feature that Photofy doesn't have yet, but remove background. So I have to just, well, this started when Bernie and his mittens, like I needed Bernie and his mittens. There were even Norwex graphics with the mittens. And so I was, oh yeah, we're funny. Norwex consultants are some of the most hilarious people you'll ever meet. So, I needed to remove the background, but just to save an image, you have to know the ratio and the, not kilowatts. What is it? The pixels and the centimeters. And I'm like, centimeters, we're in America. So it's one of the coolest tricks on Photofy is I might be in the middle of a graphic and think, I should have used this for the cover photo for my Facebook group. You know what? Hop over to the left, boom, ratio, boom. The whole picture's still there. I was working on a square and now it's a banner. And it's just like, that's so easy because, we're women, we change our minds. And so I might mid-graphic just want to change it into a landscape or, make it more square or Instagram friendly or whatever. So that's one of the quickest tools to just change it up.
Nice. So we've talked about a few features. What's like your absolute favorite feature?
I know I was going to have to pick one. I sent you a list of like 12. Okay. No, honestly, favorite feature. And yes, this is a Norwex webinar, but I'm going to go with the Norwex answer. Being able to put the logo and my consultant name on there to make it compliant, because that's one of the trickiest things. Make this really cute graphic. And then it's like, oh, hey, that's going to be out of compliance because you wrote the word Norwex instead of using the logo. And me being from an advertising background, like I get that. And it's still hard for me. So, and then there are times when like I've saved an image and I'm just editing on top of the image. So I can't even edit what I did. And it gets real wonky trying to put it. So just being able to pop onto the Norwex artwork button. It's right there. It's like the fifth thing right now. Or if I want to help out another consultant, okay, just yesterday I realized there's an edit pencil and I could take my name off. But anyway, if you scroll all the way to the bottom, there's one that just says Norwex with the line. Right. And then I can send that to another consultant and say, here, just add your name at the bottom. And, even if they don't have Photofy, they can use their phone photo editor. But I always tell them that you should just get Photofy because then you can just put it on there. And yes, I'm sorry, I'm answering a question to Lynn. Okay. So there's two types of graphics. I think I would put them in two categories. There's one that's like got Norwex products on it or the name Norwex or talking about, anything about the company. That's going to have the Norwex logo and your name. but the Kim, I can answer that too. But the engagement graphics are what I really love to create the most. Monica, I just jumped like 4 questions down, but
no, you're good.
I love those engagement graphics where it doesn't have a product on it. It doesn't have to go through compliance, because it's just going to be like, after Christmas, the day after Christmas, I posted this really sad looking dead Christmas tree. And I said, how long do you wait to take your Christmas tree down? Has nothing to do with Norwex. Doesn't say Norwex, but it was a very engaging graphic to get my VIP group going. I mean, they commented more on that one than I think any other image in the past year. They were a fight almost broke out. Like, do you take it down the day after Christmas? Or somebody took it down by Christmas Eve, like by the end of Christmas Day. Their tree was down. No. We like to leave ours up and make it a Valentine's tree.
I mean, hey, I had one that I put up in my office that was up till the end of football season. So, you know, it is what it is.
It's just a year-round tree. Right, exactly. So Lynn, yes, there's rules. And the reason is because we want Norwex to be a recognizable brand. So this is my advertising background coming in. I have in one of the groups, I posted a screenshot of a bunch of logos, and you can actually look at some logos. Like when you see a green mermaid, you know,
yeah.
If you see the M shape, you know, if you see, the swoosh, like, you know what that is without anybody saying a word. That's called branding. You have branding in your mind of what those logos represent. So Norwex wants their word of the name of the company. That's why it's got the little R, because it's a copyrighted logo. It's a trademark logo. And so, yeah. But the thing is that I told Monica earlier, it's an awkward blue color. It doesn't really go with anything. And I think that's intentional. So they have picked a color that you're not going to find in a lot of just standard items. Thank you, Patty. Yes, a registered trademark. So there's a little circle with the R. And even if you're like typing, like you made a brochure, like you were supposed to use that little, it's Alt 0174 is how you make it on the computer. But if you need that blue color, like if you wanted the border to match the Norwex logo color, there's an eyedropper tool. And Monica, that might be my second favorite tool.
I love eyedropper. I really do.
I'm not colorblind, but I'm a little color deficient. So like, if I think it matches and then I show my husband, he's like, those are different color reds. Yeah. So you have to scroll up.
Do you want to join? I think you've got your phone connected, right?
Yep.
If you want to show them how to find that eyedropper tool, that would be.
I've not shared from. Oh, this is easy from the phone.
Oh yeah,
super easy. Screen. Do I want to share screen broadcast?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, I didn't touch on the exact button. Well. Oh, that's tricky. It wasn't the button that makes it start. It was the word start broadcast. Okay. So let's say, oh, is the flash sale over? No, we have a couple more hours. So let's say I just want to grab everyone's attention on the flash sale that we're having. So I'm going to go to see how these are categories. Is it sliding?
Yep.
There we go. Okay. So I would imagine that the flash sale is, well, no, it's right here. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4th row down. There's the face and neck gel. Y'all, I'm in East Texas, so I'm trying to keep the twang out, but okay. So there's one that's straight up and down. There's one that's kind of angled. I kind of like the angled one. So I'm going to select it and continue. Oh, that was fast. Okay. Now I don't want it that big. So I'm just going to squeeze in with my fingers like that. Now I want to make the border the same color as the Norwex logo. So I'm going to go to edit layout. There's tabs under the white box right there, edit layout. And I'm going to choose border. And it's going to open up choices. See the spectrum, that's where you choose the color. Now, if you'll look, okay, it's super fast, but when you first, I'm going to do that again. When I first tap on spectrum, look what pops up at the very top. And then it kind of hides because these are the main colors, but that's not right. None of these are really exactly the right blue. So I'm going to pull down those colors and open up another toolbar. And this little thing that looks like a pencil is actually called the eyedropper tool. Now, when I select that, see, it made a bubble on the screen. And now my border is going to turn whatever color when I drag that around, and wherever I land, it's choosing that exact hex code as the color. So see, I got it on the logo and it looks like it's 2473A8, but that might be where there's a shadow or some extra light, because some of them are a little different. I would go with probably the darker one right there. And again, I didn't major in graphic design, so I could not, maybe I'm not doing it great. Monica, is the audio still on?
Yep. Yeah, I still hear you.
Okay. Yay, somebody didn't know about the eyedropper, so this was worth it. That is one of my favorite little tricks. Or maybe I don't want the Norwex blue. Maybe I want not this color purple, not that one. I want this color purple to be my border. There we go.
That's pretty.
So I'm going to apply that. Okay, Monica, my final answer is my favorite feature is border, because I can do so much. So let's say I didn't want a plain background. Let's say I want the beach towel behind the face and neck gel. So I'm still in border, and I just changed my mind. I'm actually going to go to photo, and it's the other tab right there under the purple border. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to add a photo. Now there's that pretty beach towel. I'll just get this one on it's like the second row far right. And I'm going to turn off the blur. And then I'm going to go back to format. Don't freak out. The towel's there. Don't freak out. Now I'm going to take the size all the way down, and I'm going to hit apply. And I know you're thinking, she did not put the towel on there, but hang on. Here we go. I'm going to squeeze in the face and neck gel. And there's my towel. Maybe I can cover up that. And I can angle it or do that. Now, if you still wanted to leave the little bit of work, you know what? I'm going to do a different picture. Hang on. I'm going to do a different photo so you can see what it looks like full. I'm going to do a Norwex background. See, I selected NA Norwex. And I'm going to scroll down and find something. Oh, that's the one. Well, ooh, that's pretty. Oh, there's so many pretty ones. Okay, here we go. This one already has like, what is that, shiplap at the back?
Yeah, yeah.
And the minute you apply it, I think it's going to bring the size back. See, the size has slid all the way to the right, because that's what Photofy wants me to do, but I'm the boss. So I'm going to take that size back all the way down. That makes the photo fill the entire frame. Then take my little picture. And let's say I'm like, oh, that's the face and neck gel. I meant to pick the rescue gel. So while I'm on this screen, I can, once you have to hit apply. Don't get stuck in the screen if you have to apply everything you do. So now I'm going to tap on the face and neck gel and say, that's not the image I wanted. I want to replace this. Wait a minute. There we go. Just tap and hold the screen down until you see that menu saying replace. I'm like, okay, I picked the wrong thing. Here, I actually wanted the peppermint lip gloss. That's the picture that I really wanted on there. And see how it's full screen again, but the shiplap and the towel is still behind there. I just have to squeeze it in. Isn't that cool? All right. So that's one of my favorite things, is how to get like 2 images on one photo collage. Oh, I didn't say that at the beginning. That's what I chose. I chose photo collage. Kind of forgot my title sentence there. And then always, changing the ratio. Here we go. So I can push the ratio button, and that's going to make my picture wider. And it's going to fill that whole screen. And they've got them set for, one of them says Facebook. There we go. One says Instagram. Ooh, I bet Instagram would look cool on this. It's just really how much of your picture do you want them to see? And then you can go to add text and overlays, go to the Norwex artwork, and pick the one. Okay. So it's gonna be on the far left. It says hot. That means we are hot Norwex consultants.
Everyone's using that one. Yeah.
Now, the pinching the fingers is probably the way most people do this, but sometimes my kids are on the bed with me and we're watching a show and they're bumping my elbows and then I get it all wonky. So what I prefer to use is the format section. And then it has these little arrows where you can just slide it up and down. You can tell it if you want it, back at the top, but then you can still move it down. Or, oh, I want that on the right, but at the bottom. And then just slide for the size. When you're doing this, it's not going to make it, rotate. And if you do accidentally rotate it like that, you can just go back to 0 and then it's straight up and down again. And I don't want it that big. So, whew. Now, one fun thing that Monica helped me with the other day is see how the logo is not showing up very well because of my background, but the logo has to be in that color. So I'm going to apply that, but then I'm going to go grab a sticker. And there's a few that are perfect for our logo. You can get this top one, the rectangle. Where's the rounded? I want the one with the rounded corners. Oh, this is my favorite one. I'm going to do this one. So this is a sticker. That's my favorite one because it's kind of messy, but kind of cool too. And I'll just make sure it's about the right size to go behind the logo. I know y'all are like, she just said behind, but it's obviously on top. Okay. So I'm just getting it scooched over and then I'm going to hit apply. See the 3 dots at the top right? I'm going to choose backward. There we go. Now I have something behind my logo that will make all of it look uniform and the same. And there are different stickers where you can actually change the color. So if you choose this rectangle, some of them are not changeable, but if the spectrum button is lit up, then you can change the color. Let's do a really awful color. Here we go. Do something like ostentatious. All right. And then sometimes it gets a little tricky with 2 stickers, like which one you want behind which one, but you can just look at it and make sure you're tapping the right box. Oh, I lost a sticker. Hang on. Let me grab this guy. It's really a lot like feeding kids. You do it once and that's not what they want. So you have to remake it backward. Then I'm going to tell this one. Let's see. Ah, there we go. Okay. That is a hideous graphic, but this is just to show. And then maybe I'll add some text and I want to say, hi, everyone. And I can pick a really cool font. Rock Salt's one of my favorites.
I like that one.
And it's cool and it's trendy, but it's very readable.
Yes. And that is like the key is a lot of folks grab these really pretty scripts, but they're so hard to read sometimes, especially when you make small little graphics for
Dude, 3rd grade learning cursive. It was torture. And then what if I want that bigger, but it won't really fit in my graphic? Then I'm gonna apply it, but then I'm gonna go in and double click my text and I'm gonna change my mind. I'm gonna go, okay, you know what? I want hi there. And then I'm gonna hit return, just like you would on, Microsoft Word. The return command is gonna do a new line. Then I probably need a comma there. Hi, everyone. And then I'm going to notice, oh, you know what? The I in hi doesn't show up very well. So before I hit apply, I'm going to try a different font and you just play around. See, I'm just sliding that. And Monica, what's it called when it shows you the font as you're changing it and you can actually see? Yep. So that's a really fun feature because then as you're changing the font, you can see what it would look like and pick a good one. Let's see. I like Quick Pen too. Yeah. Hi, everyone. Anyway, that's one way to, yeah. See, I'm set now. I'm like forgetting we're doing a webinar and I'm just playing on my phone.
So before you complete that one, we do have a bunch of folks asking questions. So they were asking if you could remove the background of that lip gloss. Now, the way she did it, no. The photos and collages are anything from the photo gallery as a background is a JPEG, so there is no transparency. But if you wanted to add product that doesn't have the white background, you can click on artwork, that Norwex branded artwork button there, And inside those galleries, everything has a transparency. So you can grab, under new products or this month or whatever the category is.
So it won't have the white box around it.
Correct. Right. So Norwex manages all of these galleries. So everything should be in there for you. If you notice something is missing, be like everybody else and just email us, support@photofy.com. And we will send that information up to the marketing team at Norwex and make sure they get that added. There's so many graphics. Sometimes they miss one or two, and it's no biggie. They love to make sure everything's in there for you guys. Let's see. Can you save the Norwex with your name for future use? So the cool thing about the logo she chose is where it says consultant name at the bottom, that's the token. So that very first time you sign on, it asks you this huge list of information. Those are called tokens.
I popped it up there so they can see my name is already filled in.
Yep. But if you need to change it, there's that text box right at the bottom where you can X out and then change the name. So, this is a one-time change though. So it's not going to save permanently. If you need to save it permanently, like if you got married or divorced or just decided to change your name to something different, you can go into your profile and change it there. Let's see. And people love the sliders. They thought they had to do it with their fingers. So yay.
Would y'all be able to add the search feature to the artwork, or does that have to do with the Norwex teams putting keywords in their photos?
So it's going to be a combination of both. It's not a built feature yet, but it is something that we're working on.
Somebody said they can't find the rubber brush in the artwork, and it should be in household because it goes with the mop. And I know I've used it before, so I'm just going to make sure it didn't, sometimes the artwork just kind of does walk off, but but don't blame Photofy. Contact Norwex.
Yeah, they do update, remove, add all kinds of stuff. So see rubber brush.
Oh no, not household. It'd be floor because it goes with the.
Okay.
Hang on. Oh, it's not in there.
All right.
So go back to household.
Let me send them an email. If y'all find anything else missing, let me know here in chat or Q&A. That way we can.
See, customer support in the middle of a webinar. Monica's awesome.
Right. All right. It's just called rubber brush.
Yes.
Okay.
And it has 1,000 uses, but if anyone gets a mop, they should get the rubber brush, and it wouldn't be in personal care, I wouldn't think. I'm sure whoever commented has already looked for them. Okay, so Pat, that's what I was asking. You can't search in this section, but are we talking about the regular section? No, I'll wait.
No, yeah, unfortunately, the only searchable place right now is going to be actually, I don't even know. Do you guys have stock photos in there? Let me go look.
We do. They don't have any name tags on. I don't think they have any kind of searchable. See, the people putting up the photos in Norwex would have to embed into that photo it's kind of like a hashtag. I forget what it is for but like they have to tell the photo that it has that item in it. Like somebody has to code the photo as rubber brush or whatever, so that when you search that word, it pulls up that photo. None of it has to do with images. It's all having to do with somebody typed in a word somewhere.
Yeah. But also the feature isn't there yet for them to be able to type those in. So we're working on it.
Now, I would say if you can't find it in artwork, sometimes you can, like you could find the item in the regular, like do a photo collage and find the item there, and then do my trick where like make that photo the background instead of looking for it in artwork. Sometimes maybe that's where I've seen the rubber brush.
Possibly.
That's a really good question.
That is. Yeah, I'll definitely send that up to them and see if they can either tell me where it is or add it to where it needs to be. Okay, let's see what else do we have.
I love her. She's got so much energy. Look at that.
I know, right? If you use one with, that's me. So someone's asking if you can take someone else's picture and just change their name. I would be cautious about that because it's kind of like.
I found out why recently, because when things change so quickly, like maybe a price has changed, like if compliance approves this awful graphic with the lady for me today. And then in 2 weeks, we don't have the purple dust mitt anymore. Maybe they changed that reward. And someone's like, well, I'll just grab that graphic that she did because she already said it was compliant. Well, just in case something changed, it's really always best to put your own name on it, submit it yourself so that compliance approved you with that graphic. So, you know, I told Monica that Norwex consultants are some of the most generous to share our images and our hard work. Those of us who love making graphics like to share with people who hate making graphics. And, you know, so, I mean, there is like a, you know, I guess a copyright or whatever, whenever I put my name on it. Is there, I mean.
So, I mean, copyright is implied at this point.
Yeah.
Especially if it's someone's personal graphics, like they're showing a before and after of a tea kettle or in your instance, a toilet that you cleaned up, you know, something like that. Like I would not use somebody else's images in that instance without their permission. If
Right.
you know them, if you see their name on it and you're like, oh, hey, maybe I can go find them somehow and ask them, hey, I really love your graphic, then you can probably do that. But to change the name, however, the only way to really do that would be to put a sticker over it and then type your name in with the text tool, or add the Norwex logo with your name over it and like shrink it to fit like right over theirs. So, well, I guess no, because their name would be there. So yeah, you would have to put a sticker there to cover it up and then put your own logo there.
See, this is one that I made recently. Oh, why does the border change color when I open a project? Is that because I don't have space on my phone?
It could
Probably,
be.
I think it, y'all, yeah. So this is one that I made recently just as an engagement graphic. Then I posted it and told everyone who I could. I was like, y'all feel free to use it because I just wanted my VIP to get in the mode of, ooh, a surprise or whatever. So I found this picture in the regular section of Photofy. I added the words, do you like to be surprised? And I added the logo and I wanted my name in a different font. I hope that's compliant.
It's pretty though. I like that.
And then that's it. Like that whole graphic took me like less than 2 minutes. And I shared it on, like I gave them my permission and actually posted one without my name on it. But if someone hasn't given you permission, then it's probably considered, you know, best practice to always ask.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
But also anything you post online is fair game, even if it's not the ethical thing. It's like, I would just make sure if you're proud of your work, put your name on it.
Yeah.
And, you know, make it clear if you want people to share it or not.
Yeah, definitely. A lot of folks are asking about compliance. So it is Norwex provides everything in here. Mm-hmm. So as far as content creation goes, especially with the templates or the reposts that are in there, and don't freak out, reposts are going to be changing names pretty soon, but it'll be called quick shares. But anything that's in there, you don't have to send to compliance. But honestly, if you have created something that you're not sure of with your own custom imagery or text or whatever, send it up to them and just verify. You can never go wrong with verifying. So I'm not sure what the process is for you guys. I'm sure there's probably an easy form. Maybe
we can submit a ticket through the need help button on back office dashboard. Okay. Or there's an email address somewhere. I don't know how to get it without, I would be showing my email on the screen, so I better not. But yeah, probably just do a need help ticket and choose compliance as your drop down menu, and then just submit it and say, I'd like to submit this graphic for approval, please. And then they'll probably write you back within the day. They're usually really fast about it.
Mm-hmm. And for anyone else who's asking, Photofy is mobile only. You can utilize it on an iPhone, an Android phone, or even a tablet. So iPads, Android tablets. We do not have a PC, laptop, desktop version. Everything is meant for on the go. So, you know, when school's in session, if you're waiting for the kids to get out of school, or if you're at sports, hanging out, then you can be creating content wherever you are.
on compliance, I wondered about inspiration. So none of these have consultant names on them. Is it Norwex posting these on inspiration, or is it Photofy users?
No, Norwex stars them within their stuff. So if they see something, or
Okay.
even if they create it, sometimes they will add it in there so that you can get an idea of what people are creating.
Okay, so like this one, it's just very simple. See, this doesn't even mention Norwex, but obviously it's the towel. So I don't know if it would even have to be submitted, because it's not naming a product. It's not naming a product. I don't know, because it has the product in it. But I guess if we want that, what is the share? I have not connected mine to my Facebook account. So if I hit share, is that what it's going to pull up?
Yep.
Oh, any of those. Okay. So I could even send that as a text.
You can.
I should send that to my husband. He'd be like, "What are you doing?" Okay. So we're free to use those because Norwex posted them.
Right.
Just be careful with anything with prices, because for one, it could be the other country. Like,
yes,
I'm known for pulling the Canadian flyer instead of the American. So I can't see the flags at the bottom, even on my big computer monitor. When I get the flyers off back office, that they're tiny.
I know.
So,
and we're working on a way to make that a little more obvious within our system as well.
I mean, the Norwex flyers, like, it's a huge PDF document and the flag is just tiny at the bottom. And I'm always the person that's like, wait, is this $35.49? And they're like, are you in Canada? No. Oh, your picture be in and your name invite showing product.
They're asking about adding their photo. Okay, so Norwex does not have a way to add your photo on the Norwex side. Now, if you go to the personal side, and for those of you that don't know this, because I know it's a little difficult to see, at the very bottom center of that main home screen, there's a little arrow and it says personal. If you tap on that, it slides you over to the personal side. And then again, NA Norwex. So within here, while you're creating, there is a feature called Logo Plus. Now, I'm not telling you to do this because I don't know what compliance rules are, but if you're creating something and, someone says the rubber brush is actually in household.
Well, I think that it's in when you're starting a photo collage, it's in household, but when you're in artwork, it's just not there.
Gotcha.
Is that right, Jill?
Okay.
Let's see if she.
Yeah. But anyhow, in here, there is a thing called Logo Plus. It is a separate purchase. This is not free, but you can purchase Logo Plus and input your, it's not an artwork. Okay. You can add your photo in here. So, you can then overlay images.
That's my husband.
Nice. To pictures. So, that is an available option. However, you're going to have to go through compliance to verify that that's okay to do with your Norwex stuff. So make sure you do that. Now,
see, if I want this picture for the flash sale, like, I'm going to go to the regular section, get it framed just like I want it. And when I click done, it's saving that photo just like that, I believe.
Yep.
And then see, it's in my photos. So now when I go back into Photofy, then I'm going to start over. Now I'll just flip back to the Norwex section and I have a great stock photo that is free for me to use. I'm not breaking any copyright laws because I subscribe to Photofy. So that is my photo to use. But now when I open up the Norwex side and go to my camera roll, it's right there.
Yep.
And then I can go grab that face and neck gel and put it back on there.
There you go.
Where is it?
That I do not know.
I'll find it.
Cool.
There it is.
There it is. Pat has not been able to hear.
She probably didn't turn on her audio.
So for anyone else who's missed any of it, this is recorded and it's going to be available on support.photofy.com. And if you find the Norwex box, it'll be under webinars on demand. And I'm going to type that in the chat so she can see that as well. So while we're creating some cool stuff, let me get back to your questions because we kind of got totally off.
Told you. Tell me to hush.
I know. All right. So how has Photofy helped you with marketing your Norwex business?
Well, it's actually spawned some creativity. Like if let's say Norwex has a new product, or maybe or they're promoting something this month, like the face and neck gel that I'm just making this graphic, oh, it's for hands too. Well, then I start thinking about, like, maybe I just want to promote this that Norwex is promoting, but now I've started thinking about all of our skincare, and it's like, oh yeah, I really should do a before and after of, the Lycier that I use on my face. And it's just kind of, it's almost just like the game of telephone. It's like this leads to this, leads to this. And by the time I'm done, it's just a totally different thought process. And then it's just the creative process. So sometimes I've thought of, oh, I'll put a graduation special together, because sometimes I look at the templates. Mm-hmm. The templates are really good to spur creativity, but I don't necessarily use them all the time. Maybe I just want to make my own, or the inspiration down here, what other people made. This is very helpful just for getting ideas. So I guess, how has it helped me with marketing? Like, just anything that I want to get across. If you type something up in Facebook, which that's how I market mine the most, is through Facebook. So if you type something up, Facebook doesn't show it to as many people as if you use an image. Facebook likes images, and they like if a post has an image, it's much more likely to be seen by a lot of people. So let me stop doing that. So I think it just helps by, oops. Okay. So I think it just helps, like, knowing, oh, if there's a photo, more people are going to get it in their feed. It's going to catch their attention. And so I think with all the online parties, especially with, COVID last year and everything flipping to just all online, and now kind of flipping back, but a lot of people are just still stuck online. So we've got to get the message across, and you only have like 2 seconds. Somebody's not going to read a long post. Trust me, I post a lot of long posts. They don't read them. So if you can get the information in a graphic. Oh, also, when I use my texting program, we have a lot of us use a certain texting program. And so you can text a bunch of people at one time, but it doesn't come as a group text. Mm-hmm. And so they're on your texting list. Well, the cell phone carriers like to block messages. And so there's certain parameters that we have to fit into. Well, it's hard to fit the information about the flash sale in less than, 2,000 characters or whatever it is. And so if I can get the information on a graphic that they can just click one time and read it, and over here it says this ends Thursday, and up here it's like you're saving $20, and down here, instead of just like a paragraph for them to read. Mm-hmm. So for me, I think it's helped me the most just to get information to my customers that they can very quickly, reassemble in their mind and decide if they want to do it or not. And nobody wants to be bombarded with paragraphs.
Absolutely. And I mean, you said you noticed an increase in sales after you started doing all your graphics, right?
Absolutely. Yes. I hit team coordinator in April of 2019, and I went to conference, and then in August or whatever. And then I think in September was when I started having over $1,000 months every month. Like, it was just, that was my focus, and then I got on the, hey, goal of 2,000 train. I haven't hit that, but I'm trying to just hold tight to what I've got going right now. But everything that saves time helps. Everything that makes something more clear helps. Norwex also has a mission. It's not just about the products. This is not, let's push and see how much we can get people to buy. And, there's a mission behind it. Sustainable, reusable, non-toxic, reduce the number of chemicals. Like, all of those things are branded in with the Norwex created content. So I would say, don't forget about the Norwex created content, because they give that to us as a tool, but then they also allow us a lot of flexibility for creativity. And I think that speaks volumes to me, because we're not just held like like reins on horse, like, oh no, you have to use this graphic and you can just barely put your name on it. No, I can put a picture of my 5-year-old with Kool-Aid all over his face. And then a before and after of me cleaning it off with the EnviroCloth. And Norwex supports that, and they support us in creating that imagery to use. So I think they've given us a lot of leeway as being independent consultants to use the tools they've provided us and create our own. And that's why they just want it to be compliant, because they've given us that freedom. So we don't want to take advantage of their generosity, that they've given us all this freedom. But I think it's really cool that we have all these tools to help us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because if I had to take a picture of an image and then try to put that on my graphic, I mean, it would look awful and it'd have the wrong background and you'd see my messy house. And I like grabbing the artwork,
Absolutely. Yeah, it makes it a lot easier there. Well, hey, I know we had a few people going, that was only half an hour. We get to talk and we get to create and we get to having fun, right?
Well, I'm so rarely around other adults. Hi,
That's the feeling, especially nowadays. Okay, so I know there's a couple. Let me touch on these questions real quick in Q&A. It's my absent host stickers. Is it different from different countries? That is a possibility because each country has its own pro flow that's managed by different regional managers. So Haziana, if I'm saying that correctly, can you please email support@photofy.com? Let us know what region you're in, and we can go ahead and take a look at that and see if that's something that they've forgotten or if it's just not available for there. How do I find Photofy with Norwex for my phone app? So Jane, if you haven't yet, go to photofy.com/Norwex and register there with your email address that is registered for Office Suite. For everyone that does not know this, or if anyone's asking you guys, Photofy is a benefit to having the Office Suite subscription, so you can register at no additional cost. It is there, it is available. And
how much is Photofy if Norwex did not provide that for us?
$9.99 a month.
Yeah.
And you have to provide all your own images. There's no, with this, Norwex provides everything for you. If you didn't sign up for this, it'd be $9.99 a month and you have to grab your own images and put them in there. And you only get 25. So with Norwex having this, you have hundreds, maybe thousands. So definitely a benefit to have this.
Someone wanted to know how to save our own artwork. But you mean the graphics that we make? Where did it go? It was Laura, somebody. So there's a place called Projects. If you're in the graphic, see, this is one I just made. It wasn't my best ever, and that is my knee. It's disgusting. But like right up next to the house, the very next thing, that's the save button. So, I could save it as funny. Anything you want to title it, and then just save. Then when you go.
You totally missed a pun right there. You could put fun knee. Ha ha ha. No, I'm kidding.
It's a gross knee. Gross knee is what I should have named it. Okay. So then when you're on your main screen, before you click on anything, you'll go up to the 3 lines, then choose projects. Okay. So I have no space on my phone. So if I leave the app, it won't save what I do. So I have to save frequently. But anyway, you can kind of see like how many times I had to work on the graduation special. I was just having issues, but not Photofy's fault.
Delete. You don't want to say.
This is okay. See the one with the picture down there? That is Sherry was one of my hostesses. And so I made it with her picture on it. And then saved it, and I sent it to her and made sure she approved before I posted it in her party.
Yep.
But like all these cruise ship, that was the theme of her party. And so like the steering wheel, I got it from the regular section. Then I went back to Norwex to put the logo on it. I don't know if you can see it, but this is where you would save everything that you create. And if you don't save it in Photofy, it still saves it in a Photofy folder on your phone. That you may not have even realized Photofy created once you, like, if you click done. So if I just go to this, just anything. Okay. Let's say I make my graphic and everything, just pretend it has stuff on it. Why is it not? Okay. When you click done, you're saving it to your phone. Whatever you see on that screen right there, you're saving it. So now, one of my kids has a rash, and there's a lot of pictures of his chest, and I'm not going to open up my photos, but if you go to your, like, leave Photofy and go to your phone photos, you should have a folder called Photofy, and that picture just like that would be in it. Mm-hmm. One trick that I did it a minute ago. I saved the wrinkly hand as a picture. I went to the regular section, searched for wrinkles, found the wrinkly hand, and then that's how I was able to choose it when I did a new graphic, because it was, then I had saved that photo to my phone. And then I was able to pull it up in the Norwex section so I could put the face and neck gel on it. See, there's that photo right there.
Yeah.
So I hope that helps.
There's your Photofy folder right up underneath too. So cool.
Yep.
Well, let's see. We're just about to hit an hour here. So
my parents are wondering when they'll bring the kids back to you.
Never. It's on break day. No. So if anyone has any other questions, feel free to email us again, support@photofy.com. And we are more than happy to answer them for you. We've got some video tutorials on our support page, support.photofy.com. And look for the Norwex plus Photofy box, and webinars on demand are there. So this will be there later tonight. I'll have this uploaded so everyone can go check it out. And then you can also see past ones where we did do some image creation. So we're showing different features. If you ever have any suggestions, please go ahead and put I just submitted a poll on here. So if everyone can please do that real quick for me. And there's also gonna be a little questionnaire at the end of this webinar. I'm trying to check out different ideas for webinars here. But if you ever have any ideas of something that you want to learn, you've seen an image created in your inspiration stream, you're like, oh my gosh, I totally want to do that. Send us a screenshot to support@photofy.com, and we're more than happy to figure it out and show you how to do it on a future webinar. And if you liked this podcast format and you know other people who love Photofy, or you love Photofy and you want to be on here with me, please email me. But I was really excited to have Carrie on here today. So thank you, Carrie, for taking the time and showing us how you use Photofy and all that good stuff. And then, yeah, I mean, that's it. So this is June. July's coming up. Oh my gosh, it's summer. Help. We need a beach session, a beach webinar. But anyhow, all righty. Sounds good. Thank you guys all so much for joining, and we will catch you next month. Thanks, Carrie.
Thank you.
All right. See you later.
Photofy.
Bye.